Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sim Racing 604, the Pro Inter-America Challenge. This is Season 8, and we are now in Round 4 of the championship at Silverstone. It's going to be a very wet race tonight, and you know what? We're joined by someone special in the booth. We have not yet seen him throughout these last 7-8 seasons. But for the first time, help me welcome in Davin Sturdivant, the pink livery man himself, the Sim Racing head coach, as well as Giancarlo Lenzi, Landros Radic, and the Flying Dodgeman, Paul Muir, the gamer Scott. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Heyo.
Hey.
Hey. So we got a pretty long break, it feels like. It's only been about 2 weeks, but it feels like it's been a while.
I feel like I've done like 1,000 laps around this track between like coaching and 2 races and a bunch of other stuff. It has been a long time here.
Well, speaking of a long time, it's a 50-minute race today. One that's being led by Jeremy Mercer out on pole with Peter O'Brien there close in second, and Josiah Farrow in third with Brendan Schmid in fourth. It felt like a really long break. It felt almost like a month away.
Especially because we didn't have any races in between, but I think it was good because we had the 1.8 update, so it gave people time to get used to that new tire and really just kind of do a lot of testing and do a lot of laps. So I feel like the racing should be pretty good.
Yeah, that's something I'm dearly wanting to do right now, but I can't because my wheel's out of commission. But I'm going to throw it over to Gerson as these guys get ready to start.
Well, you know what, guys? We're excited here. It's our first wet race of the season. We do not have TJ Lavallee leading this race. Joel Dallas as well is not sure where he is at the moment, but we have Jeremy Mercer and Peter O'Brien. Have not seen Peter at the front for quite a while, so it's going to be exciting what Peter is going to bring. He is the defending champion, but so far he has not done a lot of that. As the lights are green, we are racing here in Silverstone. And going into cops, it looks like Peter O'Brien is taking that wide line. I might have cursed him out a little too soon. Jeremy Mercer gets away, followed by Josiah Farrow not taking that inside line, followed by the Ethereum Stormtrooper, Brendan Schmid. Jeremy Mercer getting a good lead away now. Josiah Farrow and a friend of Peter O'Brien. And it looks like Brendan Schmid is now going to try to make the move on that Pink Macaw as well, as Jordan Nixon follows right behind. Man, I feel for Peter already.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't lose more positions there. He was lucky to just stay third.
And I'm looking at Maurizio Radelli right now, trying to make a move on Sully Side. He's following right behind him. He's in the slipstream, but it looks like he has Derek Anderson right next to him. Derek going to take that inside line. And unfortunately for Radelli, and they're going 3 wide. Sully Side in the middle. He gets pinched, and it looks like Jeffrey Bray gets spun. He gets taken out. Sully Side is out as well. And Maurizio Radelli makes it back on track, but that already...
Yeah, it looks like Gene Salas was that other car that got collected up in there with a minor bump on Bray as they make their way back. As we're looking at Jeremy Mercer leading this race, doing quite well in the Huracan. Out here in this wet Silverstone race. I mean, this is 48 minutes left of pure wetness.
Yeah.
You know what? It feels like Peter, and I know he just maintained that position away from Schmid, but it looks like he's having trouble gaining control on track. He's just everywhere at the moment.
Well, the McLaren is tough to run in traffic. It's such an aero-sensitive car, and you know, given kind of where he is at the start of the race, that might be some of his problems with tire temperature and heavy aero.
Yeah, we saw previously at Brands Hatch and at Donington prior to that, the Bentleys kind of have a bit of a runoff or kind of a timed, a very hard limit for those tires. So it'll be interesting to see what these rain tires will get these guys. They might be able to get a good qualifier lap, but will they endure the flatness and wetness of Silverstone today?
Man, as you're talking about enduring, Camillo is trying to hold back Eduardo Prado, but that BMW just seems to have the speed on him. But it looks like JD is trying to make that move as well. Kind of surprising to see the Lexus so far down, especially JD. Davin, what's going on there with JD? You know him better than we do.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's always a little bit of a slow start. Like, he will take his time and he will wait for things to work themselves out. And in a wet race like this, a lot can happen. I mean, the field's not very widely spaced apart, so, you know, his start wasn't the greatest, but he still has plenty of time to make things happen. I don't think he needs to push super, super hard right now. I think he's just being patient.
But it looks like Osman won't be. Neither is Eduardo Prado. Slight tap.
Ooh.
JD gave him a slight tap too, and he gets bumped by Oswin. Oswin just unable to brake hard enough and giving JD just that slight tap to turn him around as they get sorted here.
Looks like Camillo's gonna wait. Not. Ooh. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate.
You know, it's really rough, especially going into Vale, because so often, like, you have to brake at the same time as the car in front, not at the same place that you want to brake. And with the rain making the braking distances long, you have to give it even more space when cars are all bunched up like that. And it looked like that didn't really happen. Sergio got turned around.
D. Bray's making that move on the inside of Carter Irvin. Does a great job going into Brooklands. Looks like Irvin tried to keep close, but coming out of left field now, it looks like he might just have the straight line speed. I might have spoke too soon.
That's not D. Bray's, that's Jordan Nixon in front of him, with Carter Irvin following behind there in the blue car.
I've been watching Nixon for a while. I don't know if it's something on my screen or, you know, lag or whatever. The rear end of his car looks like it's bouncing all over the place. I don't know why.
Yeah, he could have. You know, I'm kind of seeing the same thing too. Might be something with the new 1.8 update. Could be a really, you know, high stiffness setting for his rear springs, and somehow able to keep that on track.
Are the other Bentleys having that, or is it just Nixon? I think the other Bentleys kind of have similar movement.
I'm taking a look at Josiah Farrow, currently running the second place. Looks like he's bouncing a little bit too.
Yeah, Schmid's doing the same thing. Not quite as badly, but you can still see a little bit of stiffness there. Interesting.
Is the field already coming up on lap traffic, or is that me?
No, that would be some lap traffic. We've got the 117 of Espindola just in front of Jeremy Mercer there. A couple of seconds, well, more than a few seconds. And then they've got the number 4 of Jeffrey Bray, who we saw got turned earlier. Evil Child 0323 says, got the stream up during class. Don't tell the teacher. That's my boy Espindola. No lucky breaks tonight.
I'm making a phone call. I'm calling someone's teacher. That guy was playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
All on board with Peter O'Brien. We can see how bad this spray is. You know, just looking at it from the third person, from the track view cameras, it doesn't look so bad. But when you're actually racing, you get 2 or 3 cars in front of you. It's quite torrential.
You can't see anything.
It's brutal. I guess that's when the track knowledge just comes down to muscle memory.
Okay, quick poll then. Who of us here actually likes racing on the race?
I raise my hand. You can't see it. But, I actually prefer it. I like the challenge.
I love it too.
I like it at nighttime. It's great.
I have never, I mean, I've only played ACC like twice with a joypad, so I don't think I'm qualified to have an opinion.
I love racing in the race.
I love it when I have a team to back me, because the only good experiences I've had in the rain were when I had were some endurance events with Davin on the team, and you know, it was a good time at Nürburgring.
We need to do another enduro. It has been a long time since we've driven together, and I miss that.
I have been missing racing for quite a while for the last 6 months, but yeah, no, definitely need to do that. And it looks like we got Joel Dallas in the chat, JRD Racer, saying hi. Joel, we're missing you on track.
How dare you join the chat when you're not able to race? This is unacceptable.
I think
Priorities.
I think he's moving.
That seems like just prioritize other things. Move the wheel last.
That's what I told him. I was like, life changes. Bah, there's a sim race happening. You should be here.
Pay that, you know, month-to-month rent and get in here.
That'd be funny. Sorry, sweetheart. I have to pay an extra $1,000 so I can do the sim race. Please don't leave me. I promise I'll win. It'll be totally worth it.
Just as we started, Jumpy Whale said, time to count the track limit DTs. Looks like we got our first one with Daniel Lund. They're in the 14th position in the Audi.
He is so right, though. With 1.8, they really got like conservative or restrictive on the track cuts on some of these tracks in the wet. Like in some places, like going through Maggots and Beckett's, if you drop a tire, you used to be able to like lift and just kind of roll through it. Now it's like you have to be off of it. You can't just run that exit like you used to.
Yeah, I think I was watching Eris's stream, and one of the things I think they're really talking about was making sure that the drivers are retaining a lot of control and not being so brazen all the time.
Yeah, sure.
So I think that's a great maneuver, or not great maneuver, but a great change to the racing, because, you know, make it a little more risky for a lot of these events.
No, I agree, man. I mean, I think even the way they designed the tire, it used to be on the old 1.7 tire, you can kind of like throw it at the apex and hang on. So you could be really aggressive, especially with fronts. These new tires are so thermally sensitive, you can't do that. You have to build up heat, and you have to be smooth with them and have like wide lines and do a lot of tricks to keep it from just spiking, which I like, because it makes the field a little bit more variable. I think that's why you see a couple new people kind of fighting up front that maybe we haven't seen.
As we watch the rear view of Josiah Farrow throwing the water hose at Peter O'Brien just behind him, he was able to take that second place from O'Brien back there in the pink McLaren. Kind of a change in his color scheme.
Yeah, Peter likes to change color schemes every race. And because I think the time before he was an anime car, another time before he was gold, but it was really mustard. Don't fight me. And then another time before he was a watermelon car. So, and he does it pretty often. He likes to mix it up. He likes to keep you guys guessing.
You know, I think he's
He
still
likes to keep it
the.
subtle.
I think he's still the anime car, but I think with that 1.8 update, the missing DDS file might be causing. Unless he actually changed it, but I think that might be it. Because Josiah's is showing up, but because we have that updated file. So shout out to you, Josiah.
What? Reading the coaching chat, fixing all the liveries. What?
Joel Dallas has 3 boats in the top 5. I'm liking it. Talk about mixing it up. That's
Well,
not mixing it up at all.
They're sponsored by Maytag. They're all washer driver refrigerators, so like they all know how to deal with this wet stuff. That's why.
Maytag, when you want a fridge and a car.
Yeah, right. It's the Bentley Performance Pack by Maytag. Totally. Jill knows I have this inner rage about the Bentley that I just can't.
It is an interesting car, not one that I am very attuned to. I'm very much more of the agile mindset, but I'll appreciate it.
You know
I'll
what?
appreciate it on track.
I wanna do something interesting here that we've never had the opportunity to do. I wanna go on board with Dean Lush, who is one of Davin's rookie alumni, as he chases down one of Davin's other alumni, now protege, JD. What can you tell us, Davin, about what potentially is going through the mind of Dean here?
So this is going to be interesting because Dean is very assertive with his driving, which is good when he needs to close the gap down. He's very, very fast, and he'll be really, really aggressive. What he's been working on lately is sort of his patience on timing passes, especially in the exit. So I think what we'll see is a pretty high-speed chase, and then we'll see JD kind of naturally kind of defend a little bit for a while, and I think it'll be a little bit of a back and forth there. This is 2 sides of a different coin. These 2 guys race, and you got an extreme attacking guy, and then you've got a very patient defender together. So it'll be interesting. But both
as
very
you say
fast.
that, he had a bit of a moment coming out of Club Corner. It seems like that's rocked him a little bit, and the pace to JD. What do you think JD's thinking about now after that incident with Oswin and Camilo?
Are you trying to calm down and just get your focus back? Like, when you've got a car that's got pace, you know, even somewhere in the top 10, right, and you get turned or something happens to you, you got to kind of put it to the back of your mind and just come up with a plan B. And, I mean, if I was JD, I would probably be trying to think about running longer if I could, because there's no pit window here, so maybe you can wait for cars to slow down and make up spots while they're stopped, and just kind of keep a good rhythm going, because you've got a quick car. You just don't need to throw it off the road trying to, you know, do something the car won't do.
And what can you tell us about Carter? Because he's also one of the alumni, one of the 2 new drivers, along with Lush, one of the 2 rookie drivers that jumped straight into the Pro League. What can you tell us about Carter?
Well, you know, the funny thing about Carter is, like, with the rookie class, you know, we count it more of like a coaching class rather than, you know, by speed, right? So it doesn't really matter what your inherent pace is. It's really more like if you're interested to learn and you want to understand about racecraft and car control and, you know, setup and all these fun stuff, like the coaches will help you. Carter has always been wicked fast, like wicked fast. But his knowledge on car setup, when I first met him, was kind of lacking. That guy practices so much now that I have him set up on my car because he spends so much time practicing. It's just easier for me to be like, Carter, fix this for me. And I know he's been really trying to put down some good races in pro. I think he's had a little bit of bad luck the last few races, which has kind of discouraged them a little bit, but I think it's also gotten them practicing even more. So I'm sure this is like lap 1,000 for Carter by the time the race even started.
As we see Brandon Schmid on the grass. Great job by Brendan not rejoining too quickly, although it looks like he might have taken it a little too late. He might have hit the wall there coming back on track.
And just a quick update, as Davin was blathering on, we were counting more of those drive-through penalties. We had Gene Salas, Anderson, Jeffrey Bray, and Espindola all with drive-through penalties. Unfortunate. And hopefully, and it looks like Brendan Schmid also getting a drive-through penalty for that.
Yeah.
So that's seven penalties so far.
We saw that in the silver race too. A lot of drive-throughs happened, you know, as people were figuring out track limits, and so somebody had asked me like about JD and a few of the other guys in like 13, 14, 15. If they can just stay on the island and other people keep having to give themselves drive-throughs, they'll make up spots.
It was going back to your analysis of JD and Luge. Do you, with your experience in the Porsche for your first couple of seasons, and then also becoming a Lexus bro, kind of after that transition,
What?
how do you feel about how the Porsches are doing this race here at Silverstone versus JD in the lone Lexus?
Well, I don't know. They're different cars, and so the Porsche always has great brakes, and so in the rain, I think with good brake balance and with a lot of rear weight on the rear, it'll be fine until it kills you. So you got to have a really good balance with the Porsche to make sure that it doesn't want to get polar and kind of swap ends on you. The Lexus, on the other hand, I think it's one weakness in the dry won't show up here as much of rear tire wear, and so I think that in the wet, I think the Lexus might actually be a pretty decent car because it's got pretty good balance. It's just I think one of its biggest weaknesses has always been high tire wear and high heat conditions, which isn't happening today. So if it was me and you made me choose one, I would pick a Lexus looking for it.
Yeah, a little bit of a cooler temperature out here on track at only 28, 29 degrees Celsius. So it'll probably work well in favor of JD to be able to pick up spots. Looks like we have Eric Neville off track, making his way nearly nearly got collided. Who I think was
Salas, I think.
either Salas or Maurizio.
Yeah, I think also too, Eric just came out of the pits when that happened. Because he's already done his stop.
Yeah, maybe driving just a little bit too comfortably with those cold tires.
Yeah, these new tires are really nervous when they're cold. It used to be you kind of push on a cold tire even though it wasn't the best thing to do, and the car wasn't very nervous. Now, these new tires are very, very nervous when they're cold. So when it's wet and cold, it almost gets worse.
Yep, and a couple more drive-through penalties. One for, as we were talking, for Irving.
Oh.
And also for Prado.
Oh. I like those guys.
Speaking of guys you like, Joel Dallas says Ty Carver also came from the rookies. Never was a rookie, though.
Yeah, Ty was fast, too, dude. That guy has great car control, so, I mean, and that's what I think one of the benefits of doing, rookie coaching is that you get a chance to get exposed to drivers who are really, really fast, and it doesn't lull you to that false sense of security of, oh, I think I'm just winning all the races, so I must be good. It gives you a sense of, you've got access to really talented drivers you can ask questions to, either during the debriefs or during the practicing, which I think helps everybody overall because everyone's helping one another rather than just, hiding in a slow class because they're self-conscious or whatnot. So we really try to support everybody to get involved and help each other go faster. So the fast guys can help the slow guys, and the slow guys can help the fast guys. Works out well.
And it looks like Carter Irvin managed to now get around JD Daniel after completing that drive-through. It looks like your alumni, Davin, did the trick on your other student. Is that a bittersweet moment for JD, but an exciting one for Carter?
I don't know. I mean, JD is struggling a little bit more than I would have thought in the rain, but I mean, there's still half an hour left, and a lot can happen in half an hour. So I have hope.
Prado's just spun out.
And choosing to take it to the pits after the spin, probably not going to help him with that drive-through penalty. We'll have to see. Justin G also picking up another drive-through penalty, or not another, but his first drive-through penalty. I'm fully expecting this entire field to pick up at least one.
Yeah, watching Prado for a few corners there, the back end of that BMW was getting really leery. So I don't know, maybe it was damaged, maybe the tires are wrecked. I've no idea, but I guess we'll find out.
Speaking of that BMW, if I was an M6 driver today, I would just be waiting and counting the days until I could drive an M4. Like I've driven those two cars back to back, and the M4 is so much more of a friendly car than the M6. I would not want to be in that car today in the rain.
Looks like the stewards are on overdrive tonight. We have failure for holding brakes, avoidable contacts, aggressive driving, and more avoidable contact, with Oswin Wilson picking up an avoidable contact.
I swear
you
I
know,
just cursed them in my mind because I was going to say, wow, Oswin's done a great job. No trouble. Made it through the field. Nope.
But I think this kind of leads us back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier. Like, Carter, JD, Dean, like cars in front of them are going to start getting drive-throughs, and they're less than 30 seconds back. I'm sure the delta to get into the pits in the rain is probably, 40 seconds? So, that'll give them some help.
Yeah, and part of it too is that we are running right into the pit window for a lot of these guys as we round the 28-minute mark. We're looking at Jeremy Mercer not really pulling too far away from Josiah Farrow. Is he really just kind of playing it cool? He had a lot of pace out of the gate, or is Josiah Farrow just showing his colors in the rain?
It's Josiah, man. I mean, that guy is a bulldog. He's another coach that I work with often, and that guy, when he gets switched on, is just on really fast. And so nothing against Mercer, but I'm sure Josiah's just pushing the hell out of that refrigerator. He's trying to just go as fast as possible.
Yeah, I mean, he just took the fastest lap away from Peter, putting in a 209.1, which is already 0.5 faster than Mercer, both on old tires, and that's more than 0.4 faster than Peter. So yeah, Josiah's really putting on the pressure right now.
Yeah, I believe it. I have a bunch of Bentley jokes that I don't want to curse Josiah with because they're all like spin cycle jokes, so I think I'll just save them for later. He's doing so well. I don't want to ruin his day.
D-Bray just kind of out on his own, catching the offline and cooling those tires down, I guess. I'm not sure if he's on hot tires or what. That's an interesting aspect about wet racing, is when you get on those rain tires, the pressures are so different, but the thresholds are also quite drastic as well. Do you guys ever find yourself really just really backing off on the aggressive driving and just trying to keep them cool the entire time, or do you just kind of hope they stay within the green at your limits?
Well, I mean, at least for me, I think I try to just make sure that I nail warmer pressures in these sort of conditions, because it's wet, and so the rainwater is always going to cool tires down, and a cold rain tire is just lousy, right? And so I'd rather be a little warmer and just kind of back my driving off, like you said, and let the rain naturally cool my tire down and have a good tire, rather than having a tire that can never get up to temperature and just be stranded out there. So I actually probably go the other way, and I find myself a little more aggressive to make sure I keep heat in my tires all the time. Because the cold tires just nowhere. There's nothing.
And speaking of nothing, this is a blow to Peter O'Brien. A stop and go 30-second penalty for aggressive driving.
Huh.
That's strange.
Not a thing that I would expect to see from Peter.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I have that wrong. I'm not actually seeing it on race control about what his penalty is for. So that might have been a self-incurred penalty. But we have Camilo, who picked up 15 seconds for avoidable contact, and Justin G for the aggressive drive.
Maybe it's speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, you know what? Peter does not run. He runs the auto pit limiter, so maybe he forgot. Maybe he had manual pit limiter. We saw him do that in Kyalami, back to back.
You would think you would have learned by now.
I don't know, man. I've turned my car off when I was almost P2 on a race once, so no. I've had some. I can feel for him on silly things like that, ruining races.
We know Peter O'Brien doesn't abide by rules.
No. Drive car, vroom, vroom.
Whoa, and we had quite a slide from Josiah Farrow as he came through Brooklands.
One thing about running in the rain, though, I think if I was in Josiah's mind, I would think, I don't need to really pass this guy right away, I just need to keep with him because, you know, the gap that I need to overtake him in the rain is going to be so much greater that if I can stay with him, I can affect strategy. So, you know, he's already got the fast lap of the race. He's already pretty close to the leader. You know, we haven't stopped yet. You kind of have to make a call whether you're going to stay out longer than this guy or you're going to pit with this guy, and I think we're about to find out what he's going to do. I think he's going to stay out.
And we have another 15 seconds for Camillo for more aggressive driving.
Oh dear.
Dude needs to chill.
Well, he can cool off. It's raining. Just out the window.
Doesn't seem to be working so far.
Someone sent him a note.
Joel Dallas in the chat saying, "Leave the Bentley jokes till race over." Let's go, Pharaoh.
Nope, there's gonna be more of them now. Nope, just because you asked.
You know, Joel never learns.
No.
And looks like we have Jeremy Mercer in the pits with Josiah Farrow opting to stay out. And Josiah Farrow taking that lead position for at least one lap.
I think Josiah feels confident that he had fastest lap of the race and is trying to pull some time on a really fast in lap.
Yeah.
And is hoping that Mercer gets stuck in traffic and he ends up staying in the net lead. Because Josiah had some open air for a while. So it's a fair strategy, but I would be surprised if Josiah doesn't come in this next lap.
Man,
Well, we'll be able to see what kind of traffic.
I'm looking at Eric Neville, and he just opted to pull away from a nice move on Brennan Schmid. I don't know, like you said, Davin, with the macaw in the rain. I don't know, he just didn't have the confidence that we've seen from Eric.
McLaren Aerowash is lousy. Like, the McLaren to me is one of those cars that you need momentum to roll by people. And whenever you try to get close to that car, it's like an upside down airplane wing. It just gets the worst front Aerowash ever. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's affecting him a little.
Yeah, we're watching these three just have moments through each of these corners. You know, just a lot of slip and sliding as Eric Neville got very, very slidey at two corners prior. As you see him taking a drift. Nearly able to save it, but unfortunately not, and he's the loser out of that three-way battle.
Yeah, I mean, Carter Irvin really pressed him going into Maggots, and you know, he tried to hang on, but like David mentioned, just I don't know, I guess the arrow failed him.
So that was commentator's curse?
Well, I curse everybody. If I compliment them, their day's ruined. So
there you go. You've been inducted now.
I've heard in other streams about my commentator curse in other places. I've heard you guys. I'm in there. I hear you.
So as you guys watch this VOD after the race, just know that you've been cursed, all 23 of you.
Yeah, perfect. I'll just read down the list, and it'll be great.
Well, Justin G was just cursed. That is a retirement for him. Looks like outside of Chapel, he was just in the grass, and there he goes now. So
JD though,
21 now.
JD though, running long like we talked about, because he's back up in third. You know, he's not net third, but you know, I think he's trying to extend his stint, and Josiah's extending his stint too.
Those tires have got to be getting pretty worn at this point, though.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear what Josiah Farrow thought of the drive afterward.
You know, we haven't really been paying much attention to it, but I'm curious how much of the time he's putting those tires on the wet line.
Yeah. I will say that the amount of grip in the 1.8 tire feels a little less, but the amount of feedback you get is a lot more. So I like these 1.8 physics changes, especially running in the rain. You can definitely lean on the tire a lot more, but it just let go a lot faster. It's like a bathtub. It's just like a rolling bathtub.
And speaking of bathtub, as we see Josiah Farrow taking the pit, that will complete his required pit here, just a little past 20-minute mark, 19 minutes and 30 seconds.
basically fighting for net lead right now.
Mercer is just coming around Village and the loop to roll down Aintree in the Wellington Straight. That will probably put Mercer ahead.
Oh,
I'm
I
going to
don't
call it
know.
now. I think that's going to put him ahead of Josiah Farrow.
I don't know. I think that might put him behind. It's a long way to go.
Yeah, but Mercer didn't have too much traffic. I mean, the only person who was in front of him was Ty Carver. Unless he had some moments during the race we don't know about.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he's still sitting there.
He's
Oh,
going
He's still
out.
sitting there. He's moving, but he's not going to be moving fast enough. No, he's coming out of the main straight now. He's coming out of the pits.
The temptation to hit that pit limiter button early.
Oh, or
Oh.
just shift to the second and just be like, oh, I hate you.
Yeah, he's well past him at this point.
Yeah. But Faro now does have fresher tires by a couple of laps, so that might work out well. Maybe near the end.
Yeah, we did see the speed on Farrow. We'll see if the tires on the Hurricane can last for another 18 minutes, or if that's just enough time for Farrow to really show his stars and stripes.
We've talked about most of the other cars and tire performance. What is the Lambo like?
You know, I've actually heard the Lambo is more sedate now on this tire than it was on the previous one. So another coach I work with, Marcus, basically drove every car in the game over the weekend and was giving me notes on all the cars because we were talking about just maybe some additional rookie changes to our rookie class or maybe the other things we might do. And he was saying that the Lamborghini is surprisingly more sedate now. You know, all the cars have changed a little bit in dynamic with this new tire, but he's like the Lamborghini has definitely gotten a lot more attractive to drive, a lot less stabby, I guess, than other cars. So it might be benefiting the Lamborghini to be on this new tire.
So something interesting we saw at the, well, actually we didn't see, but that the stewards mentioned at the start of the race was if anyone received a track cut when loading the race session, that it is a known bug. And unfortunately the stewards could not clear it, but it should have happened to all drivers.
Huh. Weird.
I wonder if that was a cause of any of those early on drive-thrus that we saw.
A part of me hopes so, but most of me kind of hopes no.
You know,
Just imagine all the stewards sitting there going, nah, you get a penalty, and you get a penalty, and you get a
everybody
penalty.
gets a penalty.
The
Yeah!
big Oprah moment.
You get a drive-through, and you. Oh. So Kirsten, how do you feel missing the anime liveries on the grid because I'm not here to brighten up the world with Itasha liveries?
You know what? It's a sad day.
All right.
It really is.
I'm progressively putting anime liveries on every car in the game. I'm not joking. I'm doing one for the Janetta right now.
I think it's time to share those with the world because we got to get some culture in this broadcast.
That's what I'd be saying. That's what I'd be
Culture, is
saying.
that the word we're going to use?
Yeah.
Paul, don't you have a cream
Okay.
soda to pop?
I'm
he's-
already
he's-
halfway through it.
He's already got a cream soda anime livery going right now.
Oh man, I feel like that could be spicy.
Actually, you know what? I'm curious. Where's the Cool Runnings livery for JD?
Oh my god, we need to do that for Joel. I want to do it for the
For
Bentley
Joel, there
so
we go,
bad.
Joel.
Yeah, I want to make a Cool Runnings livery for his Bentley. Make it look just like the Jamaican bobsled. It's gonna be great. Oh man.
I've been patiently waiting ever since you mentioned it.
Right? Oh, it's still on my list. I need to figure out like when his birthday is or something, and make it a birthday gift for him.
Tomorrow. There you go.
Tomorrow. Oh, okay. I'll just go away and do that tonight. All right.
So I'm just taking a look at the lap times between Jeremy Mercer and Josiah Farrow. Jeremy Mercer, 209.5, or in the 209's whereabouts, with Josiah Farrow running a 209.1 as his best, but his last one was a 308.347. So not the best of times. I think he's struggling with some of those fresher tires out in the rain.
Maybe.
That wasn't just with his pit stop then.
I believe he already took a lap. Was it?
Yeah, well, I thought so, but
Maybe,
there we go.
Oh, there we go. A
208.
208
Yes.
with Jeremy Mercer running a 208.7, so putting a little bit of distance, just a tenth, between him and Josiah Farrow.
There's enough of a gap. There's a hidden pressure by chasing after a car you can't quite see. And I think that's kind of what Josiah is fighting against right now. He doesn't have a lot of time. So, he can see the Lamborghini going down into Stowe and going down that back straight there. So he knows that he's kind of not within range, but he can see him. The bits between his teeth. He's just got to really knock out some amazing laps in the last few laps here and maybe hope for a little bit of bad luck.
That is... I love that you mentioned that, because that is one of my favorite motivations while sim racing, is seeing that other car just get a little bit closer and a little bit closer. And, until you can actually see those lights on the bumper, it's one of the things that really, like you said, you get the bit between the teeth and you're just like, I've got this. I just got to keep doing it.
Yeah. I mean, the same thing can be said for the leader. You got to make sure you can kind of, even if the car behind is catching you, just be patient on the math. If you're a second lap faster than me and 10 seconds back, but there's only 9 laps left, it doesn't matter. And so you got to be able to, stay calm and let just the race play out and not give back more time than you need to while you're trying to get the race over. Because a lot can happen in 12 minutes, 5 seconds is fifth.
Yeah, that's one of those things where it's like really helpful to have somebody on the sidelines just, reading you the lap times, or even just, the gap times to see if you're getting further or closer.
That's why I miss running enduros with like you or John Corcoll or Marcus, because honestly, that's all you guys did, is you just told me if they were getting closer or farther away. And even if they were running us down, like, you just kind of give me a general idea of like when it was going to happen, so that I didn't worry about it anymore. I was like, it's happening, so might as well just run laps till it happens.
That's a name I haven't seen in the pro races lately, is Corcoll. Where's he been?
He has been, I don't know. We talk a lot, so I don't know why I haven't asked him where he's been. I just know he's been busy with real life stuff. I think him and Marcus have been focusing on enduros. Him and I have done a few enduros together in the last year, so this is a little bit better for his schedule. So that's been nice. We did Kyalami together, and we did the team sprint, a couple races in the team sprint together. Super fun. I just don't think he could have made a whole race season right now, but he's been keeping tabs on things.
Bob Robson shutting the door on Neville.
I was just gonna say, it was like we saw that kind of happen on camera.
Yeah, I mean, the difference here is that it seems like now he had the confidence to do it, where Brennan left the door open, but Robson really brought in the aggression and just shut that with a few millimeters left to hit the apex. So I think Eric Neville might have just met his match right now in the McLaren, especially in the wet. And that being said, you know what? We have not seen Bob Robson have any sort of luck throughout this entire season. So to see him in the top 10, he's, I guess, made the best of the situation out here, of these conditions.
Yeah. I mean, I know he's relatively new to the Pro Series, and I know that managing aggression has been something that we've talked with him in the coaching circles about, because he's really fast and he's really assertive with his driving, but sometimes I think karma just kind of comes back the other way. So giving the other car a little room has been something we've been talking to him about.
Yeah, I think this will be an interesting battle, especially between the two McLarens and the Bentley behind with Osmond Wilson just kind of running in the back. We're seeing how early Robson is getting on those brakes, and which is allowing Neville to really kind of close the gap, but he's kind of losing out a little bit on exit. And you can see Osmond Wilson kind of leaving a little bit more of a gap now, as we get Neville very aggressive on the apex there.
He's just getting a ton of slip. That's great control.
I have a feeling that somebody is raging on the other car. I feel like the purple and blue is kind of mad at our blue and black car, because Eric is staying on it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any flashy of the anger lights, but it definitely looks like there might be a big speed difference here.
Look at
Well,
that.
and Eric,
Speaking of which, Faro has been going hard this last lap. He's drifted around most of the corners at this point. He's got the fastest lap out of 2:08.3. But I don't know how long he can keep this up. Those tires are not going to last. I don't think anyone has the arm strength to keep that going.
well, and
Yep.
he's brought down that gap to almost a little bit over 4 seconds, but he's gonna need a little bit of luck, I think.
Yeah, he has gone a little bit too wide on some of these corners as well.
Yeah.
And we got somebody in the chat, Michael Saga, saying Carl Irving is all over JD Daniels, so we're having a bit of a spicy three-way battle going on here between three different sections.
My boys up here in the top 6 and 7.
As we see Eric Neville go off, unfortunate for him, he's going to be the big loser out of that three-way battle, which puts Oswin Wilson just in front of him and Bob Robson in front of Oswin.
Actually, talking about big losers, Peter, P14, that can't be feeling good for him. Started out P2.
Well, that stop and go was not doing him any favors, that's for sure. And it was a hard point, when he got it, to be able to try to make that back up.
Hey, Devin, what would be your best Peter arms in the air wailing impression?
I can't shriek that high or that long. Like, that's not a thing I'm talented enough to do. Oh, man.
Yeah, I know you mentioned it last time. That Peter's version of a fight involves a lot of arm flailing. And
Yeah, a lot of pinwheeling arms and flailing hair. Yep, that's a thing.
If you can imagine an Adventure Time character with their wiggly jello arms.
I was thinking one of those wacky, wild, inflatable tube men.
Oh,
That's what I was
that's
thinking. Wow! That's what I was thinking of.
about the same thing right there.
Yeah.
You see Bob Robson defending heavily against Oswin Wilson, just behind him in that green and blue Bentley.
Just want to go back to JD for a second. He was ahead of Irvin for a while, and now it looks like
Irvin popped the move about half a lap back, and then it's opened up a little bit of a margin. But happy for Carter because he's had a couple of rough races, and actually I'm kind of happy for JZ because he's ahead of where he started, so he can't really be too mad. He was 14th at one point. He'll probably finish in the top 7. So.
What's interesting about that three-way battle that we saw between Neville, Robson, and Oswin, now actually coming into the rear of that battle is Daniel Lund, and he's not too far behind and able to hold down a little bit with that Audi. It's getting pretty close with Peter O'Brien not too far behind there as we see him in the pink, just trailing Daniel Lund.
Yeah, actually, Peter just put in a 2:08 flat, and so did Faro, just beating him out by 200ths. So they're really putting on the pressure.
Yeah, it looks like track conditions are starting to dry up just a little bit, or at least they're going to. So these lap times are probably going to get a little bit faster, but I'm expecting probably those temperatures are going to rise a little bit too.
It looks like we have another stop and go for Camillo and a drive-through for Salas.
It's not Camillo's night tonight, that's for sure.
Watching this battle here for the lead, I'm sure if I was Josiah, he's probably wishing there were more cars in the field right now, because he's been chasing a car that's been in open air for seemingly forever, and like a 4-second gap could be taken down to nothing in traffic, but there's just been no traffic.
And Josiah Farrow putting in a 207.992, so breaking that 208 marker. With Jeremy Mercer not quite able to do it, 208.075. So the track conditions are drying up. We're getting a good dry line for a lot of these guys. The question is this rain gonna keep going, or is it gonna allow them to keep running that dry line?
So I know I might be cursing Josiah, but I wonder. Yeah, I know, right? I wonder if in the last 2 laps of this race will track temperature matter.
Jeffrey stuck. He beached it. He beached the Bubbly.
Oh no!
He's gotten high centered on The
Look at that wheel. Look at that wheel turn.
on the gutter, that is no good.
Oh no!
Right there at the apex, even.
You're retired.
Only
Yeah.
having to retire. So Jeffrey Bray, that is unfortunate. Gotten beached. Jumpy Whale says oof.
But if you're Josiah, that's helped him bring down another 3/10 probably because the lead car slowed up a little, going, "What the hell is that?" You want a little more of that in the last 5 minutes. Random acts of kindness, happy accidents.
That's something where you're in your car seat, like jumping, trying as hard as you can to get that car to move.
Yeah, old karting tactic, right? Just bouncing your seat, trying to see if you can get it to go.
Jeffrey, my guy, what happened?
To be honest, I don't know by this point.
That's a broken man. That's a broken man's voice.
You can't send this dishwasher back for a warranty repair. They don't really fix Bentleys like that.
We saw that rear wheel spinning, my guy. Just nothing. Did reverse work?
No, it didn't. I was beached on the coast.
Start rocking back and forth. Maybe try to shake it off the curb there.
Just shift your weight in it.
Yeah, I tried that too. It didn't work apparently. I don't know, man.
That's
How
unfortunate.
torrential are the conditions out there? It's been quite a tough race for you.
Yeah, currently they're pretty rough, the same as they were at the start. In the middle of the race, they got a bit better. They're not super insane though. They could be.
Do you regret making that move on Sully?
Just maybe.
Just maybe.
All right, we'll see you back for the post-race show again, Jeffrey.
Alrighty, sounds good.
That's a man who wants a little bit of a cry before he comes back.
Don't blame
I would if I high center my car, I'd probably just cry.
It looks like Marquez and Salas had something going on going into Maggots.
We got battles all over the place. With 2 minutes left, I'm actually looking at D. Bray and Ty Carver in the 4th and 5th position. As I switch over, Ty Carver has a little bit of a moment, which causes him to lose out a little bit. But looks like he's able to make up under braking.
There is a four-way. There's a 4-way battle for 8th going on, or 5, 6.
Peter O'Brien right on the tail of Oswin Wilson.
Oh, Ozzy's not safe.
Minute 25 left, and Peter O'Brien gonna keep going off track. That might cause him to suffer a drive-through penalty.
Oh, is it wrong to cheer? I want to cheer for Peter.
I'd say it's okay to cheer when the situation is surmountable.
Oh, that
Look
was not cool.
That is
No,
your
no,
fault,
no.
Gerson. Your cheering ruined his life. Never spread joy.
I think it ruined Oswin's for sure. No.
Is it too late to cheer? Yes. Yes, it is. It is wrong
Peter.
to cheer.
From now on, you only cheer at the end of the race.
It is, exactly.
The
Just
answer
so-
to that question, is it wrong, is yes. It is
Yes.
wrong.
Always yes.
Now, could we rephrase that? Is it wrong to cheer for Peter?
Wow. Yes.
Just when I thought I could get behind the guy, he does that.
That's funny.
Ethically, no.
Morally.
Morally, sure.
I'm sure if I was Mr. Robson and you're like, woo! Yes, I don't know what's happening, but I like it.
It looks like not everybody's done picking up penalties. Brennan Schmid picking up a drive-through penalty. Camilo still having that 30-second additional to his lap time, which is going to put, I think, Salas in front of him. And Assad is close. Sure. With 4 seconds left, Jeremy Mercer still leading the race, putting a healthy gap between him and Josiah Farrow. Josiah Farrow looks like his times have dropped off. He's running 2:10.6, so I think I might have called that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the gap down to 3 seconds, and then it was up at 5. I don't know what.
Yeah, up at 5, somewhere in the middle there.
Jeremy Mercer, our number 1 winner in the race.
D. Braid and Carver is the fight going on just as they come in. They're right next to each other. This is going to be who gets out the corner faster.
Yep. As they come out of Luffold, we're seeing a little bit of a slip from Ty Carver, but it looked like his Macca is going to cost him a little bit in the straight line. Is D-Bray going to be able to make it? Yep, and it looks like they crossed the line. Congrats to D-Bray, Ty Carver for an excellent fought race.
Carter, P6. I'm happy about that. It's my rookie right there. JD, P7. Happy about
Jordan
that
Nixon, P3, just went unmentioned. We haven't really talked about him in the second stint.
Yeah, he had a really quiet race, I feel like. Just wasn't really behind Josiah, but wasn't even getting murdered. So that's a nice place to be, way to be in the podium.
I know we get him in the booth, and he'll be like, man, that was the most exciting race I ever had.
Yeah, I know, right? I almost died. Oh, my God.
Oh, there's Robson, the man who stole the show, followed by Dan Lund, the guy who came out of nowhere. And I think Oswin and Peter, well, I don't know how they'll feel, but I'm sure better than
You owe me an
Schmid.
apology. No, you owe me an apology. That's not Peter's fault. That's your fault. Peter didn't do anything wrong. Driving around.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
He's probably got the commentary on in the background, and it's like 20 seconds delayed, and he's like, I'm going for this.
He felt the support. He had the confidence, not the
wave
skill.
of enthusiasm. Oh, man.
Actually, if you switch over to Peter O'Brien, he's just rocketing through the grass and the sand.
Well,
As we
there he
see him
is.
collide with the wall.
That's a man. Oh, and credits. Fantastic. That's a man who does not have any sort of respect for lawn care. We're just going to watch him now.
It's, yeah. That's him farming the
That's
potatoes.
This
As
is
we watch Peter O'Brien vomiting all over the course, I'm going to run through our top 10. So our podium finishers, Jeremy Mercer, taking the first place position, Josiah Farrow, second place, and Nixon, surprise, surprise, taking third place. You know, we didn't really see much of him or talk about him that much, but running a well-rounded result. D-Bray taking in that fourth position, Ty Carver fifth, Irving in sixth, JD Daniel in seventh, Bob Robson in eighth, Daniel Lund in ninth, and rounding out the top 10, Javier Marquez. Also a very quiet race from him.
He was running higher until it looked like some sort of moment with Salas going into Maggots. So I think he could have finished a little higher, but because he did get caught up with the battle with Robson, so he was ahead of them. So I guess it kind of worked out for him that Peter decided to go full send tonight.
Yeah, hopefully we get him in the booth. We can talk about maybe that moment on the replay.
Well, I guess it's that time. So stick around. We're going to go into the post-race show. We're going to take a bit of an intermission as we wait for everyone to get in. So hang around and chat. Feel free to convince JD of that Cool Runnings livery. And
It's Joel. Joel's going to have it.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right. Okay, hold on. In my defense, Joel, Dallas, JD, I mean, it's a stretch.
Yeah, that's still a mistake. I don't know what
Okay.
you're trying to say here.
Look. They say
next day you
that
go.
they say that being technically correct is better.
Best kind of correct.
Yeah.
So next date you go on. Susan, Sarah. I mean, it starts with an S, so I mean that's the same, right? Where are you going? Oh my God, she's leaving. Oh my God, it's the same thing.
Well, ask JD his as Joel his initials, and he'll tell you it's JD.
I'm just gonna tell JD.
Get him
I'm
to
like,
change
"It's
them.
your Joel." Oh my God.
Just get him to change them. Tell him.
One of them's gonna need a nickname now. That's all that there is to it. We're gonna have to call Dallas, and
No, actually, we got it. Did you guys? I'm sure you did. You're old enough. JD, as in JD Daniel, can be double D, because
Oh
JDD.
yeah, there you go.
There you go.
There you
And
go.
Joel can just be Joel, I guess.
Well, then who's gonna be Ed? Like, you need an Ed and you need an Eddie. What are you gonna do now?
Okay. Here it is. Ed is
He's
Joel.
so excited. He's so excited.
Yes. Ed is Joel because he's kind. Ed was kind. Then you have Double D, which is very tactical. That's JD. I mean, he's very nice, but then the guy strikes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then now this one's a stretch, but Eddie, that's Peter.
You know, I believe that. I've heard the shrieking voice and the hair. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in for this.
That's
Yeah,
it.
live action, Ed and Eddie. We've got this. Netflix, give me a call. I got something for you. It's gonna be great. We're gonna make millions.
And then
And
Brian,
on that
can
note,
be
we'll be
Naz.
back for that intermission.
Yeah.
Up angrily.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I could feel the anger from here. It was pretty good.
Welcome back to the post-race show. This is the men's room's pit stop. As everybody takes a leak on the race, as we see that the world was taking a leak on this race. We got our first place winner, Jeremy Mercer, taking a leak on everybody else in that race, including Josiah Farrow, picking up the first place loser spot.
So great.
And Peter O'Brien, who was in the second place loser spot for a good amount of the race, but then decided he needed to slam the wall real hard.
What? No, I didn't.
Well, not at the very end, but you got to stop and
yeah.
go for 30 seconds, which we want to get to. Real quick, Jeremy, congrats. A lot of good pace out there in the Huracan. Were your tires starting to go out? It looked like you had kind of the early pit, and Josiah Farrow kind of gapped you at that moment.
I was just splitting the race kind of in half. I was started with 46 liters, and couldn't do another lap, so I came into pit.
Well, I take all my strategy out of the window. I had all this like sophisticated thinking for you, and I was like, "Oh, never mind. He just ran out of gas."
I mean, I like to split the race in half because that way I don't spend too much time on warm tires. So.
Well, it looked like you had it well in hand. Even after the pit cycled, you had quite a gap on Farrow. Although Farrow putting in an excellent effort towards the end, up until the last few laps. What happened there? It looked like your lap time started to drop significantly. Was the track drying out just enough to put the temperatures too high on the tires?
I was a little high on pressure. I was 31 psi on all four
I'm
tires.
not talking to you. I was talking to Farrow.
Oh, okay.
Like, shut up.
To be fair, I wasn't sure who you were talking to. Yeah, no, I my tires were right where I wanted them. My tires were severely underinflated the whole first stint, and managed to fix it for the second. But no, with 3 laps to go, I got my third track warning, so I decided that was a good time to back off and accept second place. It was fun chasing, but yeah, couldn't make it.
I have a question for you. So there's normal, whites, cold water wash, delicate, rinse and spin, and quick wash. What engine mode were you on in the last part of the race? Because you were moving, dude. That washing machine you got underneath you was flying.
It's the special edition Maytag I had going on.
Yeah, like those Maytag turbos you had going on, just hauling the mail for a little while there. I was like, oh my god, I need to get one of those for my house.
I don't know. The track started to dry out, and every lap there was just a little bit more grip, so it was just more and more confidence.
And I'm Jeremy. In all fairness, I am going to let you finish the earlier thought if you still have it.
He's crying. He's like, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I hate you guys. Suck.
No, that's basically it. I was a little high in pressure the first stint, so I lowered it, and then the track dried out, so I went high again. And Josiah was catching me towards the end, so I was trying to keep pace up. And then, as he mentioned, he made a mistake and was at track limits, or at his last warning. So I saw he dropped back, so I slowed down as well.
Yeah, no reason to really keep that pressure on unless you're really just kind of keeping it on for yourself. Good move, good strategy. And it definitely paid off in the end. Speaking of mistakes, Peter O'Brien, not your mistake. It was actually one that Gerson initiated. So you might be interested. We were wondering if maybe you heard him in the background.
Did you curse me, Garrison?
No, actually, I decided that I was going to support you. I was cheering for you, and you let me down.
So yes, he did. He definitely
did curse me.
Yes,
all right.
definitely.
Well, what the hell? What did you even say? I don't know.
I said, would it be wrong to cheer for Peter? I wanted to pass Oswin, and you.
Oh yeah, and then I killed him. That was totally my bad. I was really pushing hard at the end of the race because I was like 15 seconds behind them once I came out of my stop-go, and I really just wanted to make up as many spots as I could. I don't know. Came in a little too hot into the corner, didn't realize him and Robson were so tight, and just spun him out.
I'm sad, Peter.
I'm sorry, Garrison, to let you down. The stop-go 30 didn't really help. But,
were your arms wailing up in the air with a screechy voice?
Just pinwheeling, hair flying everywhere.
No, I was just like, well, I kind of knew that was coming. I heard Chris said in the pre-race brief, he was like, watch out for coming into the pits too hot. The penalties are more strict now. And I was like, okay. And I have only driven this track like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times, so I didn't really know exactly where the pit entry started, especially not in the wet. And I came in a little too hot. I was sliding a little sideways. The ABS was kind of kicking in, and I think I came in at like 75 or something. So I was like, all right, well, I know I'm going to get a penalty, but I don't know if I'm going to get a drive-through or a stop-go. And it was a stop-go.
It was unfortunate that we saw that because you had quite the pace. You were second for the race start. Not the race result you want. I mean, we say this every time. Were you expecting a lot of the rain?
I knew I was quick in the conditions we had. Like, I knew I probably could have been fighting with Josiah and Mercer. I mean, we were 2 seconds apart for the first, 8 laps or something. I knew there was an opportunity for me to stick to him, but then I almost spun it coming into the last complex of corners, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to focus on running my own race. And then I ended up screwing up my own race. So it's really all my own fault. I can't really blame anyone but myself, but, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess.
And Garrison. It is partly Garrison's fault.
Nah, I'm happy Garrison chose to support me. Do that more. Maybe next time I won't cook the brake or the pit entry.
All right, going down the list. Better luck next time, Peter. We know you put in a really good effort for the next showing. Derek Anderson, a little further down. in the rankings you wanted to. How did your race go? How did you feel you drove today?
Well, I spent most of it in the pits, so, but just unfortunate. Their lap one just caught in the wrong. I was just caught in the wrong place. I was just kind of settling in, and I think Emilio came in there and just took me out and just killed my tires. So I was trying to get the pressures back up, but and then about lap 3, I think Gustavo tapped me in going into turn 1 from way far back. So, and then track cuts got me because pressures were all off. And then I tried to pit, and then it put me on dry tires, and that was it.
Oh, I hate
I
days
just
like
had
that.
enough. Yeah, I just had enough. I'm like, nope, I can't keep doing this. So I just parked it. So just unfortunate, but it's just guys in lap 1 just a little bit too ambitious in the back, not knowing kind of exactly where they were, and I'm just kind of there, just kind of keeping them on track as a bumper.
Yeah, it was really quite the conditions out there. We saw, more than 8 or 9 drive-through penalties for a lot of drivers for aggressive, avoidable contact, track limits, all sorts of, nonsense, as us drivers would say. But they do try to keep everything kind of safe, or at least within the bounds of racing. In fairness, not the only early retirement. Riva Donera, who I don't think I've ever seen on track before. Gene Salas, who actually came into the chat and says, "Hi, everyone. I'm Salas. I'm deeply sorry for the guys. I slowed down as a back marker. I had a hard time on the wet tonight." And I think that's, also echoed by Espandola. Dean Lush, who's actually here in the chat, and Soli Saad.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, Dean.
Hey, Dean. So, Dean, kind of the same sentiments as Derek Anderson tonight?
No, I was reasonably happy with how it turned out, honestly. I didn't have good pace whatsoever. I haven't really figured out the wet weather driving in the new update yet, so I was kind of slow with my pace. But I just got lucky in the first couple laps and avoided everything, basically. Didn't get one drive-through for track limits either, so I kind of just moved up by getting free spots, basically. I couldn't even put a lap together in quali. I started last, so I kept on getting track limits on that. So no, I was happy to move up to P13 from 24 after not even qualifying. So.
And I apologize that those names that I listed off were not even the correct ones in that order. The DNFs were actually Eric Neville going down from 19th, Espandola in 20th, Justin G 21st, Maurizio Verdelli in 22nd, Prado in 23rd, Derek Anderson in 24th, and Riven Donera in 25th. Dean, we saw. We had the cameras on you for a little bit of the race. How is it coming from the rookies and racing in the Pro Series?
Well, I mean, obviously the field's just a lot quicker and a lot closer to each other. I don't know. I guess another thing is I feel a little more confident driving close to everybody, because I can trust everyone's gonna, give you space and that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said today, my pace was way worse than everyone else. Like I was doing in my first stint, I was doing like 212.5s, whereas the guys in the front were doing like 208s. So I was able to bring it down to like 211s and 210s by the end. But it just goes to show, even if you're that much slower than the field, if you just stay out of trouble and don't get track cut drive-throughs, you can make up 10 spots.
That sounds like advice from everyone's favorite coach.
Josiah?
Yeah, that's not me. It's not me. I normally just tell them to deal with it and do better. So it's definitely not me. The words of encouragement from me.
But following along on those same lines about the coaching and kind of staying out of trouble, We saw a lot of great maneuvers also mirrored from you, Dean, in JD Daniel, also who ran the Lexus. JD, your race was pretty interesting and eventful. I wouldn't say it was abysmal.
No, I
it
meant
certainly wasn't to
eventful.
watch.
Yeah, it was a little frustrating in the Lexus tonight. I didn't have the pace at all at this track since the update, and I also got a new wheel stand, so my driving position's completely different now. But yeah, lap 2, I think I got hit and spun. People were being a little too aggressive too early. Like, I couldn't see anything, and then people wrecked in front of me, and then I got hit from behind. But yeah, I just tried to keep it on track at that point. I was like, I'm just gonna go long, keep it on track, not get track cuts, and I somehow made it back into the top 10. So I guess it worked out in the end. But I didn't get as much points as I wanted to, though. So
you brought me joy, though, because the moment you got hit, I said he'll go long, and he'll stay on the road, and he'll go long, and it'll work out okay. And you pretty much did just that. I mean, I think you recovered pretty nicely from where you got spun to.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember where I started, but I mean, I'll take 7th after that. So, like, I guess my spin cost me like 30 seconds. So, if I take 30 seconds and subtract it from my finish time, I think that's a top 5. So
yeah, for sure. You definitely would have been in the top 5 without that spin. Yeah,
but it is what it is. Just on to the next race. I'm glad to be done with this wet Silverstone.
Yeah,
South Florida.
Yeah, tonight. Holy crap!
Humid and
Definitely replicated for sure. Looks like Rotorhead7 says I messed up my qualifying recovery drive P14 from P5.
Other way around.
Or sorry, P5 from P14. JD got spun in front of me. LOL.
Yep. I mean, you're welcome, I guess. I mean, I definitely won't make it on this week's episode of the Simcast for this finish, but hey, I'll take not dying.
Yeah.
We heard earlier from Jeffrey Bray, you got spun pretty early on.
Jeffrey.
And it was a pretty frustrating experience. Was there anything that you wanted to expound upon?
Let's all watch this.
Yeah, you can watch it, and I'll try and commentate it.
Just say, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it.
Yep. So I got a really good run out of here, and then that was just way too ambitious in the end, and then I got stuck on the code. Pretty cool.
Oh no!
Oh
no!
It took all my willpower not to just laugh hilariously. I was on mute, laughing my ass off. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, and this is where you disappeared. I was worried you were gonna go back onto the track. I didn't know who it was, and then you disappeared.
Don't worry about it. No, you're fine.
Have you ever seen a beached yacht?
Yeah, just wait for someone to hit you. That's all you got.
I was just like, that's what a refrigerator stranded on the side of the road looks like. This is one of those.
That is one of those moments that every sim racer dreads, of hitting that one spot on the track where you get high centered and you can't do anything about it.
No
Yeah,
whales
thankfully
came to save you.
Yeah, thankfully this is the first time this has happened to me, so hopefully it won't happen again. So.
Oh, that sucks, man.
What does your engineer say if you've got them running? Just like,
He would be saying,
you
"See,
summed it up
that's why you should have drove the GTR." I don't know. I don't know why you chose rear-wheel
oh
drive.
my god, that'd be funny. This is really your fault, really. That's really. I would pay for that update. Just like smack talking engineer. Like, yeah, but I don't know what you were thinking. It's your fault.
Jack and us pack for ACC.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, also the spin at the Stoat was pretty unfortunate, I'd say. Since it's the wet, it's pretty easy to understeer mid-corner, and it was the Stoat as well. And also, there wasn't that much room that he gave me going into there, so we just ended up slightly touching, and we both spun, I think. So, yeah, and then since I was a spinning top, can't exactly move out of the way, and so I ended up getting like 20 seconds of damage or something from that, and then yeah, that was pretty much it for my race.
Yeah, it was a kind of pinball moment. You know, you got spun on one side and then you got flippered to the other, and then you just got binged on the last one there.
Well, I don't think you were as much of a spinning top tonight as you were at Brands, but
That is true.
Oh man, how do you guys feel taking this race in the rain versus Brands?
Brands was
Brands every day of the week.
I would rather do this again, to be honest.
What about wet Brands? Yes.
Nope.
Perfect.
Nope.
Yes.
I'll sign out. I'll sign out. Have fun, guys. I'll give up my points.
Wet Brands.
What points?
Wet Olton.
Exactly.
Ooh, yeah.
Wet Olton.
Yeah.
All right. I think we need to demote him. Why is he a coach? He just said Wet Brands or Wet Olton even.
Ooh.
That's why he's a coach, because he doesn't.
Because he hates fun.
Easy.
Honestly, you know, I'm honestly flabbergasted that not all of the races are just raining.
Wet.
Hey, you know,
yeah,
it's
like,
just
shut
they're
your
all
mouth.
British.
You shut your mouth right now.
We should just do that.
Well, I mean, you know, if I had my way, probably all the track conditions would be 50 degrees because top normally is burning up. So, you know, normally we have them practice in really high heat temperatures. So they tire manage, so these races are easier. Well,
Sim Racing 604 coaches, where we hate fun.
yep. The beatings will continue until morale improves. That is definitely true. Yeah.
You have a new
coaches,
tagline,
we
Giancarlo.
make you suffer so you get great results. You're welcome, by the way.
Exactly. Exactly. We make you suffer so you're better. Look at that podium. Look at that.
Nasty Beast in the Twitch chat says, Jordan Nixon here. JD, I'm so glad I wasn't staring at the back of your car this race.
You know, I wish you were staring at the back of my car, because then I would have been up there with you guys.
Yeah, that's valid.
Great result for Jordan, though. I mean, all the guys up there, they had incredible pace. Like, even if I didn't get spun, I didn't have nearly the same pace as they had. So,
yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Jordan could hop in here into the booth and maybe we ask him a couple questions about his race. He also running the Bentley, so him coming in third. I'd like to see his perspective on how the Maytag power.
you hop in the green room voice chat, and then they'll drag you in.
Yeah, if you're in the Discord and you see the green room, hop in there and we'll go ahead and just drag you in here into the men's room.
Men's room.
Gross.
Why are we having a party in the men's room?
This the men's
Why?
room?
Why are you doing
This is the post-race show of the men's room where we take a leak on everybody's race.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna use that for the rest of the season,
Not how
or
you
is that
check
just a tonight? And tonight
That is
thing?
why you like the wet track idea.
Peter's
It's
like,
a
I'm out.
work in progress. It's a work in progress.
He's like, I'm out. I'm out.
Jordan Nixon joining us. Nasty Beast.
How's it going, guys?
Picking up a third place. Congratulations on the podium. How was that wet race?
I feel like it went pretty good for me. I mean, people probably know in the chat, Pro Driver chat, I was just scared all week because I'm not very good at brands. So I probably put about 20 to 25 hours in over the last 2 weeks, just trying to get better at the track.
Well, it shows. Great job, man.
Yeah, I appreciate. I still didn't have pace to keep up with Mercer and Farrow, but you know, very happy with a podium. I was just consistent. That's really what kept me there.
And you didn't die. So that's
I did not die. I couldn't see anything, but I didn't die.
Ah, see, but did you die?
Is important.
Yeah.
All it takes is a mistake from those top two, and you could just be in first place. So, you know, keeping it clean, like it's just like JD was saying, it was keeping the race as clean as possible and consistent. And you know, even Dean was saying that was you can end up with a result that you did not expect.
Mostly it's like just not being aggressive or overly aggressive in those opening laps when there are cars in front of you will give you a lot.
All it takes is an errant puddle. I mean,
Or a car.
Or a car. As somebody said, wet brands is better until a car aquaplanes across the track and T-bones you. Speaking from experience.
Yep. I'm on board with him. I'm on board with that
Doing the
sentiment.
T-bones or being T-boned?
Yes.
Both. Yeah. Yes.
Well, you guys are lucky though, because in the beginning of the week when we were doing wet practice, it was like a deluge. And
No,
we
I was there.
Yep. We backed that rain down because it was
Yeah,
it was
no,
Noah's Ark for most of the people.
I mean, at least it was consistent rain. That's all I'm happy about. I'm happy we didn't have some like weird, oh hey it's raining, oh hey it stopped, oh hey it's raining again. Like that would have been even less fun to deal with, and I think the track conditions would have just made it a mess. Everyone would have been switching between dries and wets and would have been lost.
Have you done a run on wet tires in the kind of drying conditions yet?
I did do that in the house of practice like 2 or 3 days ago. The only way you can really get them to work is if you overpressure them by like 2 pounds and then just pray.
Mm-hmm.
So who all had their rosary beads out while they were driving?
I didn't have those, but I did have the socks on. Shout out Garrison.
Did anybody have their Zima?
Just me.
I mean,
I feel
I
like-
cracked open the crown early, so
I feel like you and I are both old because like Zima, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what that is, and everyone else is like, what? I was born in 2000.
we figured out what it was. It took a while, but we figured out what it was.
Through the power of the internet,
Yeah, we had to open up our
What's the name of
Google
it
and-
again?
they had to look back in time. 15 years.
Like the 2
Hey,
years
hey.
that Zima is popular.
15 years is a long time. That's like 3/4 of my lifetime.
Oh gosh, actually it'd be 25 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's more than my whole lifetime, so that's cool.
Let's brighten this up a little bit. G. Camilo Cardoso says, "What a race, JD. GG. Amazing the way you made it back. I'm sorry for involving you when somebody spun me."
Yeah,
Well, Camilo, I mean, you certainly had quite a spin, but you had a good qualifying pace, and unfortunately with that spin, it put you out of the game, but still picking up 16.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
I
terrible.
look back at the replay. I mean, yeah, I tapped you when you spun in front of me, but it was the Bentley behind me who actually spun me in that. So, but it is what it is. I mean, you had great pace for the qualifying, Gustavo. I'm not upset or mad at you or anything like that.
He's
I
upset.
do feel like
As he's ripping the wires out of his balls.
He's upset.
Fuming, just fuming.
He's like,
Carving
"You're
his-
the one."
carving his name into the walls.
He had it wrong. It was you who spun him.
but I mean, at the same time, I mean, I feel like everyone in the mid upper pack was being too aggressive at the start. Like, I couldn't see anything. Like, why are we defending and attacking like it's the last 2 laps?
Wait, let's find out. Is that true? Is he telling us the truth?
Go ahead, we can check.
Yeah, we can look.
No, go where you just were. Lap 2. The chicane.
Yeah,
Gosh,
the
you
visibility
can't
is
see
great.
anything.
The visibility is amazing. It's so much fun.
it's wait.
I was behind one
Fortunate.
car and I couldn't see anything, so I don't want to
Fortunately.
imagine that.
Fortunately, the track hasn't moved the whole time. That's really nice.
Well, I don't know if I would believe that out there driving on it. Yeah.
I didn't realize it would be that bad, to be honest.
Yeah, it was lots of fun. So as you can see, I get an incredible start because I can't see anything. Try not to
It's
hit
just blind faith makes it easier.
Yep. And because it's that white, the radar blends into it, so I couldn't tell where the other cars were around.
Oh
me.
no.
I was just going to ask, what were you doing staring at your radar the whole time? Just praying and trying to drive with that?
I was
Good luck,
getting context clues of where the track was, you know, so like
The curbing, that's all
looking
you
out
can
the side
see.
windows.
Good luck,
And-
everybody else.
I wasn't looking for a move there. I was trying to see where everything was.
This might be a good time to turn on that track guide.
Yeah. But yeah, it was the next lap in this corner, so I don't think you want to wait 2 minutes to see it happen.
Nah, just let's talk. Let's fill. We got filler time here. That's all this is.
I
I don't
mean,
know why everyone keeps
honestly,
talking
the
about
only
my
thing-
race. I finished 7th. The other guys in front had all the pace.
I was 12. I'm not much better off.
Yeah.
Just don't have Gearson compliment you, and your race will be fine.
Well, you know, I'm just happy I had someone on my team for once in my life. Thank you, Garrison. You gave me the support that I needed to give myself a stop go 30. So,
Actually, you did that yourself. I caused you to hit Oswin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Well, you know what? At least you take blame for something. I'm fine with that. That's cool.
I will sue any commentator for libel if they just decide to give me encouragement.
Oh, I encourage the hell out of you. So.
Oh,
you
dang
know,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but Davin actually cursed the entire field.
I pretty much did.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So we have to blame him for this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, makes sense. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Fair
We
enough.
call it the men's room because Davin was literally taking a leak on the entire
On
field.
the apparently.
Well,
Davin's deluge.
That'll be $50.
There we go.
Charging all of you $50 for the experience. Thank you.
Deluge.
no, you
Davin.
owe me money after that. What the hell?
No,
Other way around, friend. No,
No,
way.
no. That's not how that works. No, no, no.
I don't know. This invoice for my car repair bill says otherwise.
Oh, here it comes. We can see
I
you
will
guys.
say, JD, like, props to you for not giving a damn about not being able to see, because you stay pretty close to the cars with you. And that's great.
I mean, to be honest, like in house of practice before the race started, me and Gustavo were in there, and I was running behind him for like 3 or 4 laps, so I was used to running behind one car. So
And I
practice
really-
is important before the race. House of practice. Go do
Yeah,
that.
and you know, you hit on a good point. Is like, you know, if you're running in practice with the car in front of you in rainy conditions and you're getting that spray, it really helps to build that muscle memory and knowing what your car is going to be able to do when you're running that close. So
And
all
here
that-
it comes.
Oh, I remember this.
Oh
now.
no.
Oh no! But then it gets worse.
Oh,
There, yeah.
That's horrible, dude.
I was looking right at you when it happened too. I was like, "Woo! He avoided that McLaren. Oh my God, I'm pit late!"
Yeah.
And then he, you know.
just Boatley things. SMH.
Yeah,
well, that was nice of him not to, you know, to
Yeah.
just stop right there.
yeah, it's nice of Gustavo. He's a really good guy and a good racer. It's just
What happened to
Stuff
Gustavo? He just kind of did he get moved or did he drop it?
they touched.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. The BMW caught the rear quarter panel.
Yeah, because I mean that's a errant place to go by yourself unless he just doesn't
Oh
like you.
yeah, I see. Yep.
It was
Well,
kind of, you know, just looking at it from JD's view, it was like that slow death, that slow rotation. It was like driving in slow motion.
But
You
Gustavo
see,
couldn't
I
do
get on the
anything.
brekes, but there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, but Gustavo couldn't do anything
Well,
either, right?
I think it was
No,
Osman who couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
so
Well,
much
no,
weight
he
in that
He could have just braked. You know, his brakes like where he was supposed to. That would have
Could've
solved the
just
where
stopped early.
Could have just done
Should've
where
just
where he
broke
was supposed to.
earlier.
And he
Yeah,
got
well,
a penalty.
little
for
You
later.
can see he
Well,
overshot the
I mean,
corner. like
I will throw it out here that we are going 4 deep into traffic, so braking earlier is not a bad idea.
yeah, you know.
I mean,
No,
he got
it's
a
fine.
penalty in the race.
I got Osman back for it later in the race, so it's fine.
Vendetta.
Like, I'm not gonna carry any grudges.
Oh,
It's
this
just
is
a
yeah,
cluster
that's
of
a
a
good
race.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could see he was panic stopping, but
Yeah, he did brake right when you saw them spin, but
yeah,
he wasn't
but just not
fully
enough.
fully on.
Yeah, and I still
Yeah.
think that probably would have just been a little late for traffic in case something did happen. You don't have any place to go.
Well, the problem too is if he broke even harder, he would have locked it up,
Yep.
and he had all his weight going to the left, so he would have
Yeah.
just spun into the apex.
Yeah, yeah. All you can do is plan to brake early and like never really attack the corner ever while cars go through.
I feel like that move between Gustavo and Parado there, I think that's too aggressive for lap 2.
I think it's too aggressive for lap ever.
Yeah, there's no need for it. I mean, it's
Well,
just
you know, to be fair, he did get the drive-through penalty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he
I'm
does
not-
said he says in Twitch chat, I got so frustrated. I'm sorry for the ones that I hit on the next 2 laps.
Oh no.
That would be Gustavo.
yeah, that's the one I got caught up in the second one. So it is what it is.
You just
That's,
gotta be a
all right.
coach.
That's why we have a drop.
You just gotta be a coach and get hit every time you race with people, and then you're just used to it, and it's fine.
I
Well, the
ran the
nice thing
same
is a
car and I
coach-
didn't get hit.
So
The nice thing as a coach is you can yell at him. You're like, "What are you doing?"
Nah. You do the slow shame of disappointment. You just shake your head and.
Yeah, Dad won't be like, "Hey, can you step into coaching room 2 for me, please?"
I know.
And then he
Yeah,
just
you
goes,
get,
"Shame."
yeah, get a DM
Shame.
from me. So what happened?
So I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah, exactly. full consultant here. Can you see my screen? Can you see it?
Yes, it's a gift saying shame.
I know. Oh god.
Are there any McLaren drivers in here?
No, they're all crying.
No,
Oh, no.
just me, who's upset and no longer a McLaren driver. No.
Oh, jeez.
It looked pretty good in the rain.
It was pretty all right. I think, what did you run for fastest lap? Because I know I took it away from whoever had it with like 3 or 4 laps
I think
left.
Pharaoh got it at the end.
I did. I got it on the last lap. It was a 27.7, I believe.
Yeah. 207.
207.7.
No,
No, it was a 1 minute 27. It was so much fast.
Yeah, he just cut the whole track and just
broke the whole lap record. Went back in time. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a 27.7.
Nope. No, it wasn't.
No,
or sorry,
it was not.
At 20.
Nope.
It was an
207.
07.
Yeah, we are.
07.7. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. I think my best lap was like an 8.0, and that was just pretty much as fast as I could go.
Yeah, you did an 8:05, and then Pharaoh did an 8:03.
Okay.
And then the next lap after that, he broke the 8s with a 27.9 or
No,
207.
Yeah, he did.
There you go. Yeah, no, I was like, I'm already like 13th. Let me try and see if I can get the fastest lap. And then I seen it go purple, and I was like, yes. And then I immediately seen it go away like half a lap later, and I was like, no.
No.
And actually, I think Ty did a 07.827 at some point.
Oh, I think you might be right about that because somebody else got the fastest lap. Let me see if I can pull it up. I can't pull it up. That's one thing I wish we had on is like the safest driver award. Counting how many incidents each driver has at the end of the race or at the end of the season, and get like see how the safest drivers are the ones who kept out of most trouble end up in the championship standings.
Smack
dab in the middle. Smack dab in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Literally, my guess is they would finish 12th out of points because they would not be able to push hard enough to go in front, but they would probably end up getting killed. So,
I like to put my name in a hat for Victim of the Year award.
We'll mail you a small golden violin, a really tiny.
Oh,
You just play that.
some cheese and wine would be great as well. Make my day.
Oh, speaking of the Simcast, tomorrow on RS1 Radio Le Mans at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys are around, head over there. Take a look. Take a gander.
Why? What are we doing? What's happening?
we're simping for JD's sponsor. That's all we're doing.
Oh,
here.
cool.
Yeah.
What?
Thanks, guys.
You get paid for that, or like is that just something you do for fun?
I do it for fun. I listen every week. It's a ball. I love it.
He pays me for repeating it, but
I pay him in pistachios.
Oh, well, that's a good payment plan. Can I get on that somehow?
Yeah, I love pistachios.
The PPP.
Pistachio payment plan.
Pistachio payment plan. All right.
I like it.
Yeah, we got the
there's
men's
the
room
marketing genius right there.
taking a leak on the race, and then we got the PPP. Yeah. I know what type of broadcast this is turning into.
Yeah, man.
speaking of the broadcast, how have you guys been feeling for the whole season? Coming in here, post race, talking about it.
I think it's great. I think you guys do an amazing job, and I always enjoy going back and listening to the race when I'm at work. So, you guys are professional and fun at the same time, so it's a perfect combination.
Professionally fun.
Yeah.
That's high praise. Thank you.
Now, where's my kickback?
Yeah, I know.
I'll give you the PPP later.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, this got intimate suddenly.
He kind of delayed that third T. I'm scared
now.
now.
I know, right? Oh, wow. 1-800 I need an adult. That sounds great.
Again, welcome to the men's room.
You can't escape the PPP.
You know, I'm on Discord and I'm still scooting away from my desk. Is that weird?
Hey, you. Yeah, no. This is the first time you've been in the men's room, Devin?
No, apparently I did not know this.
Okay. All right. I thought you had to sign the waiver or something.
No, I know. Yeah, no one gave me any paperwork. They just abducted me and brought me in here.
As usual.
As usual. Yeah.
That's what we like to do.
And Carlos like, what are you doing? You busy? You want to come hang out? I was like, oh dear.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what we did to Jeffrey after his moment. We just heard the tears falling down as he was in the pit lane.
We heard the voice of the broken man as soon as he entered. It was a sobering moment.
Some say his wheels are still spinning on that curve.
On the darkest night, you can still hear those tires. And a lone man's voice going,
Exactly. Every time I go through Abby now, it's gonna be like,
We need to get Kunos to implement some sort of ghost Bentley stuck in that.
oh my god, that'd be so funny.
Oh, just from here on out, I'm gonna have a soundboard of a car just going every time we go through that corner.
The way is shut. This curve was made by those who have died.
Exactly.
Dead. Keep it.
Don't forget the sound of him spinning in Brands Hatch.
Sounds like a poor dog.
the Diamond Dogs?
Jeffrey, you're gonna have PTSD now every time you race here.
Oh,
You know, we're getting there, I would think. But, you know.
Oh. He'll come in the next one, just go, shut up, I don't want to talk about it, shut up, and leave.
Hey, aren't you the guy who? No.
That's not me. I don't. What? Who?
Doesn't drive the Boatley anymore.
Oh god.
Honestly, by how the season is going, which is a lot worse than I thought it would, I probably won't drive it anymore, to be honest.
Lexus.
Ooh, suck it, what's your name,
Yeah.
Joel?
We gotta get the Boatley Mafia to break themselves up.
Like, weren't you
I
guys
just
know
think we
my
need to
name
get
is
Lexus Bros back.
Referee
Yeah.
Dre.
Referee.
So, JD,
Huh?
did you know that your name is Joel?
Yes.
Because Kirsten thinks your name is Joel.
Oh,
And it's
good.
calling you Joel.
Wait,
So
did
long-
he
I'm
just
glad the
admit to
rumors
his
are
name
spreading.
being Joel?
My misinformation campaign is very successful.
No, his name is
Yeah.
Jake. Jake Daniel.
Yeah.
Jake Daniel.
From State Farm.
Shout out Jake Daniel from State Farm for filling in for the 24-hour race. Really nice. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh,
It wasn't JD. It was Jake.
weren't gonna
So
talk about
that's
that.
that's why we're giving you the benefit of the doubt and saying that it was Jake, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Davin brings it up because I spent pretty much a good half of the
Thousand.
race calling Joel JD, and even when I tried
Yeah.
to correct myself, I still called him JD.
That
I mean,
we're
that's high praise. I wish I had Joel's pace. So if you're bestowing that upon me as a commentator, I will gladly and graciously accept that.
thousands and thousands of
I mean,
years.
I just want you guys to look at this chat. I mean, even even the people that can see this chat see JD Daniel, Jeffrey Bray, Jeremy Mercer, Jordan Nixon, Josiah Farrow, Joel Dallas. I mean, come on.
There's
I
so
don't
many
have any
J's.
friends. I'll just pick the J.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were racing in this, I'd be the only outlier and be like, yeah, but it still sounds like a J.
Mhm.
And then the fact that you have Joel, Dallas, JD. I mean, I wasn't wrong.
Sounds like
He
a
is.
you problem.
You weren't wrong. It's true. Technically, he is JD.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Josiah, the one guy on my side.
You're welcome.
Again, technically
all this-
correct is the best kind of correct.
It's all those pistachios he's building up on his PPP plan.
Jumpy Whale says in the Twitch chat, Gavin needs to say that on the rookie chat tomorrow. I think he's referring to the burr in the corner of
He is.
You know I will. You know I will. You know it's going to come up in the rookie drivers meeting, right? Please don't hire Senior car. I have seen it happen today, and it is hilarious. But don't do it.
We'll clip it.
Oh my god, please do. Please clip it and send it to me.
Here's something I've always wanted to ask the drivers. If you couldn't choose yourself, who would you choose as the other driver who you saw as an MVP this race? Even if it's just for a moment of something.
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah, really good question.
For me, it's a toss up. I'm gonna go with Ty Carver. He didn't qualify the best, but boy, he motored through the pack, got a P5 finish. Like, just GG to him. I know he's had a little bit of a rush season, but he and Carter, they both put together amazing races, and Carter was involved in a couple little incidents as well, and they both finished high in the top 10. So, props to those guys.
I was actually going to comment on the fact that both Astons did really well. I've been super disappointed that the Astons have been pretty low in the standings these races.
Yeah,
I'm quite happy with them being up there. So I would have said Ty Carver as well.
Yeah, they both had great pace. I had nothing for him. I was like, can I hold him off for 10 minutes? No.
I'm gonna say, I mean, to be fair, I didn't see very many people in the race, but I'm gonna give it to Mercer because I could not.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he had a great, super clean race. No, basically faultless. So yeah.
You really had the opportunity to go the opposite direction, literally, and give it to Jordan and say you qualified really, really well, and then you finished even stronger, and you gave it to Mercer, the guy who already won the race. Why would you do that?
Well, it's the only guy that did better than him. So
yeah, literally, like what?
Yeah. Who is the MVP? The guy that beat me.
The guy that
was
won.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'll piggyback off that and fill the gap. I have to say it's a toss-up between Josiah and Jeremy, but I think Jeremy wins just because he won. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's a fair reason.
But
if you could just do better. Thanks.
Yeah, just do a little better and then you'll win. But no, y'all were both super fast. I couldn't keep up with you. It was fun while I was up there with you. Actually racing someone, but. Yeah, I think Jeremy probably took the cake there, just running a super clean race and outpacing everyone.
Yeah.
Make me feel guilty. I mean, I wanted to say Jeremy, but then
Well,
the Astons
you don't have
also
to.
had
Hey,
great
it's
You all
an
did good
opinion.
today.
It's an
Everyone
opinion.
did
Like
good.
just
You all get medals.
Yay!
JD will have this DM later. How dare you? You had one job.
I expect my participation trophy in the mail. My Gen Z self needs it. I'll be disappointed if I don't get one.
It'll be a metal. It'll be a metal wrapped in chocolate, so you can have the chocolate.
Oh yes!
Right.
Perfect. I can eat it and choke on it, and then not have to race at Imola next week. Yes!
It's in the same shipping queue as a 3080 Ti.
There you go.
Oh, well, maybe I'll get it in a couple months then.
Years, yes.
Well,
The year
hey, it'll
is
be with my screw
2051.
then, right?
Yeah. Every time I find random bolts, I'm like, that's one more than Peter has.
Hey, no, I bought one. It was like $1.18 at Menards. It's fine. We're okay.
That's gonna be your birthday gift. It's just a box of screws to be like, here.
Why? I don't need more
box of bolts. Here
screws.
you go.
I got the one I needed. I don't need any more.
He's doing the arm thing. He's doing the
I'm
whaling.
gonna send you a
No,
20-pound
I'm-
bag of miscellaneous screws for your birthday.
Yeah, they're not even gonna be the right size.
Why?
Not even his birthday. He just sent a white elephant. Because
Oh,
everybody
man.
gets a bunch of bolts and screws.
Well, for anyone who does want to get me a gift, my birthday is in 3 weeks. So there you go.
Are you?
Right by Christmas.
Well, you're like the 22nd or something.
21st.
Oh, you're one of those kids with the Christmas
I got
birthday.
the
That
winter
sucks.
the winter solstice birthday.
Would you happen to like cool runnings?
What?
What?
Okay, you're not.
Can't
You're not.
answer that. Alright.
Yeah.
Never mind.
What?
Ooh.
Never mind. There you go,
Visibly
Tavin.
confused.
That went over my head. I'm too young. Please inform. What did you even say?
We'll move on. You have to watch back on the broadcast to get it.
Oh, okay. Well, I was busy giving myself a stop go 30 and killing Oswin, so I couldn't do that.
Next time.
I'll pull it up in the background while I'm driving, so I can listen to you guys talk about me killing people while I'm driving actively.
So what's
No,
the car of choice for Imola? What do we think? Yes.
Wait, Gearson, can you play back this clip right here, like 15 seconds for me?
Which one?
The one that's playing right now. Just go back.
15 seconds. One,
Yeah,
two,
well,
three. it
might be 20 now because
Oh, it's just gonna be Bray stuck on the curb.
Yeah, there it is.
MVP of the night.
I recognize the wide entry, to the corner.
Well, so the thing
How
was,
to avoid it?
when it happened,
I know.
when it happened, I was making some comment of like, man, Josiah could use some random traffic to slow him down, and then I saw that, I was like, I didn't mean that random, but I mean, maybe, like.
So I think the moral of the story here tonight is that you guys need to not ever allow Davin back in the booth. He cursed like half the field tonight.
This race was
and I'm blaming him for that. I'm blaming him.
You're
for
welcome.
That. No, welcome for what?
What for this? And for all the other
Okay,
things.
That's funny, but the rest of the race wasn't very funny.
I think Davin's taking credit for the quote-unquote entertainment that happened during the race.
I thought it was funny. I was entertained.
See, this is where you need like an internal CO2 cartridge or something for those jack stands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just need a winch. Just hook your car up to Jeremy's car and it'll come right out.
You know, the grappler on the new Halo.
Just a little grapple. Just shoots out.
Grapple on the new Halo just latched onto another car.
Yeah.
Clothesline the Hurricane as it comes by.
Like a Batmobile launch. Just.
His tires are on the ground. Oh, that one's not.
No, they're not.
That one's not.
They're not.
I mean, even if they were, it's in grass, so it's not really gonna get a lot of traction.
Well, I think next time, I think we will see Jeffrey back up instead of try and jump over the curb, because he could have backed up and then he would have probably been okay. And
He tried.
That's a valid point, I may add.
yeah, it's all right. You know, we live and we learn, right? We live and we learn.
Oh, that's the horrid shot. If you go back to the other side,
It was just spinning and nothing's happening.
where it is literally an inch from
the
making
curb.
contact.
Yeah, right.
and then the pits.
Is there a tow truck mod in ACC? Can we just have someone just pull
Full
them
course
out?
yellow.
Full
so you
course
can get
yellow.
them stuck. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's such a shame.
And on that note, we end the broadcast. No.
No, I mean, it's hilarious.
Back to the
It's still a
studio.
Yeah, exactly.
But speaking of the broadcast, we do got to cut it close here. We can't spend all night in the men's room. So, Gerson,
Speak for yourself. You do a pretty good job. Yeah, I can spend a while in here. I don't care.
Paul's cracking up his fifth Zima. He's like, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Oh man. And it looks like the fastest time in the race, if anybody's wondering, was a 2:07.455. Does anybody know? Anybody willing to gander? Who took that top time?
Mr. Farrow.
No, it wasn't me.
Jordan Nixon?
Ty?
Not Jordan, not Ty.
If I give you a pistachio, will you tell me?
Yeah.
Derek Anderson.
It is the MVP. Well, not the MVP of the race, but the winner of the race, actually, Jeremy Mercer.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that
the
makes
fastest
sense.
guy with
Yeah.
the fastest.
The fastest guy went. Yeah, literally. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Weird.
Do that.
Wild
But
what happens.
what's funny about that is he did not have the fastest splits. So the
He's
fastest,
consistent.
Josiah Farrow actually had 2 of the 3 splits for the third fastest time of 2:07.522, and then Peter O'Brien, you actually had a 2:07.507. So you came second for the fastest time.
Is that before or after he merged with another car?
Probably after. No, before, because I caught them and slowed down.
Yeah.
Oh, this is okay. You're talking about qualifying.
No, I don't think so.
In the
I
race.
didn't ever run a 2:07, so I don't know where you're getting that time from.
drove
My
fast.
fastest lap was
Qualifying.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Because we never get to see these times when we do the broadcast. We only
You
just see the lineup. So
I was gonna suggest, even though it takes a lot of extra 12 minutes of your time, if you guys broadcast qualifying, I don't know if you have any interest in doing that, but that you could do that if you wanted. I think people would be interested in seeing that.
No,
you know what
it's
was
the
funny? We
worst.
were thinking about starting the broadcast and just saying this is going to be the most boring race we've ever seen going into it. But
Offended. Thanks.
You know what? I think
Yeah.
it would. I think it would have been had we not had Davin.
You're welcome.
I-
You're welcome. You're welcome. I've saved everything. You're welcome.
See, now look what you guys are doing. Now he's gonna want to come back next week, and everyone's gonna die again because you brought him back in the booth. and-
Yes. Yes.
we'll have to equal them out with Joel Dallas.
Well, no. You know
well,
what? I'm
Joel's
gonna
gonna be
start with?
racing next week.
You know what I'm gonna start with,
actually.
Peter? I'm literally gonna say, "Welcome to Her." Oh no, wait, Imola. Yeah, no, Imola. Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, don't expect to put any laughs down on House of Practice. You got a moving chicane. It's me, and I'm just killing you every time I see you. Coming out of the pits. Oops, I turned left. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I'm used to that. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I got XP.
But going back to Imola, I think Giancarlo asked earlier, what is the car that's going to be most dominant there? I think, in all honesty, even though it is a Ferrari track, I think that Jeremy in the Lamborghini is going to have a very good time there with the new Lamborghini update.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably spot on.
Do you feel the pressure, Jeremy?
I literally don't know yet because so far I've only driven the car in the rain for this race, so I don't really know what it's like.
It should be pretty kind
after
on
the
it.
change.
Marcus drove it for a while and said it was pretty good. I've never heard him say a single nice thing about the Lamborghini till now. So
I've always been surprised by the Lamborghini. It's not ever been a car that I would choose, but just seeing other people drive it or even me driving it sometimes, it's like, wow, this thing actually picks up and goes, but I never have the want to drive it. It's like that ugly, that dress that looks really nice to other people that's in your closet, but you look at it and you're like, I don't want to wear that.
Is it blue? Is it
Dresses in your
gold?
closet?
Wait, I mean, did I say dresses? I mean,
It's fine. It's fine. Well, hey, it's 2021. We accept you for who you are, Giancarlo.
Yeah,
we don't
man.
care. Yeah. what the
so
hell?
as I said, welcome to the they and them room.
I bet you look
the
pretty in all your
unisex
dresses.
bathroom. It's fine. We're here in the unisex restroom.
It's all the mountain biking and the
at the
side stuff.
Starbucks.
Oh, are you a mountain biker?
I am actually.
Oh wow, okay, cool. So we've got something else in common as well.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
think
We just become best friends.
we
Yeah.
talked a little bit about it before on the post race show, but it was like very, very, very short.
They're bonding. Look at them. They're bonding. It's nice.
We're gonna kick
Let me
all
tell
of
you
you out
about
now.
my
Just
best
hijack
friend.
everything.
Can
Yeah, we'll
somebody
just call this.
explain
This is the
the
slackers room now.
Yeah.
Can
The whole
somebody
time
explain
Imola-
the Brefree J thing again?
I think he was trying to come up with like a disguise name.
Yeah.
For me.
Oh,
something like that.
oh, I get it.
As you can tell, Jeffrey's amazingly amused too. He's like, and it was so funny. I'm still thinking about it. Ha 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 ha.
No, that
I'm
was
sorry,
that was
Jeffrey.
Beffrey left a while ago.
Well, I mean, Jeffrey, at least you're not Devin, Gavin, Devon, like Jesus, right?
David, what are you talking about?
David, yeah, David, I got that. I got Devin today to my face, and I was just like, I don't like you. I don't like you at all.
I know where we need to end this race.
Oh no! Why?
Oh,
Why you gotta do me
yeah.
like this?
Yeah.
For why though?
This is exactly
why,
where we
though?
should end it. I was so proud of you too, because I was just about to compliment how you were being aggressive and like being measured, and you weren't gonna make a mistake, and then just like boom.
I didn't even touch him that hard. I expected him to go through the corner and then go to the apex and then accelerate, but he didn't accelerate. So I was like, okay, all right. And then I hit him, and I was like, well, that sucks.
Where you
That was
going?
on TC0, by the way. You
Where
can
are
drive
you
the
going?
car on TC0 now. This
Where
is
are you
after the
going?
race ended.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
smashing into the wall. Bonk. There you go.
Actually, I don't know if you guys remember Mike Lewis. That was a very in race Mike no track limits Lewis thing.
I should have done that in the race. I probably would have got straight DQ'd, but you like the air I caught there?
Yeah.
This reminds me of the new, or maybe it's not new, but I just saw it recently in iRacing, the Bathurst the jump
Yeah,
challenge.
that's not new.
Okay, so I just haven't been around iRacing long enough then.
Yep.
Oh, there was potential there.
I really tried to catch it again, and the full lock didn't come through, and it was too late.
It's no worries, Peter. You'll catch more air at Imola.
I
Oh, so
will. I'm
are
gonna jump off the
are
chicane. Don't
Are
worry.
those fireworks just his car exploding? That's really what that is.
Yeah.
Gonna do his
It'll
best
be a
George
complete
Russell rush.
reversal. Yeah,
Funny.
you'll get air, and Jeffrey Bray won't.
Ah, well.
Thank you.
Are you just, yeah.
He's cursing you before the race even starts next week. Ouch.
Oh, you know, it's nothing new.
If I wanted to
I'm
curse
used
him,
to
I would
it.
support him.
Yeah, he compliment him. Kirsten, I know you'll just
Yeah.
put it on pole and win. I believe in you. Dead.
Call him the defending
Curse you.
champion.
Yeah, I've really backed that up with a nice 17th, 15th, 12th. I'm doing really good. Backing up the name. Woo!
It's just a slow burn, okay? Just
No.
you're gonna come back in the last few rounds.
Hey Peter, let's spam your sticker in chat.
Should we though? I don't think I've earned it, Garrison.
For good luck.
I don't think I've earned it. I don't think I've earned it.
All right. Are we good? Did we do it?
No, we're not good.
Nope. Now we're gonna roll into the coaching section where we analyze
Okay.
some of these crashes.
No, I have to do
Gavin
that.
and
I
Josiah.
have to do that tomorrow. I have to do it tomorrow.
Oh man, that would be an interesting thing though. Is
I would enjoy it if I didn't feel the paying stares of my wife wanting me to come to bed now 'cause it's late. What are you doing?
So Gerson, you tried to get me to do this during the races. It proved to be a little more difficult. Was we would commentate, and then anytime there was like an accident or something like that, I was supposed to go back and just kind of like draw little arrows and be like, he was supposed to go here, he didn't, and then it would just kind of go through and they hit each other, blah blah blah. But it just ended up taking a little bit too much time away from the commentary kind of thing.
Well,
But
yeah. I
think
mean, our debriefs can be really long. They take a
yeah.
long time. It takes a while.
I think it'd be fun though.
Yeah.
It's still a fun idea to think about.
I'd be
just
down.
analyze little bits.
I'd be down. Let me know. I'd be down.
Yeah, maybe next time. We'll
Yeah.
we'll pick some moments and then mark them down and then.
I mean,
we'll do a
already did
quick
it.
analysis.
We already did a video of the silver race for Donington once, and I haven't got a chance to do a pro race one, so that'd be fun. It'd be really fun.
And can we pick one where we don't have any crashes?
That's
Never mind. That
happening.
doesn't exist. So
Yeah. Have you been sim
well.
racing before? No.
Didn't we have one relatively clean race last season? Can you pick
had
that one?
What was it? It was Donington when we were really looking at. Well, no, we saw some crashes in Donington for sure, but we saw some really good maneuvers as well. We saw a few, really ballsy turn one overtakes, a lot of close battles going through a couple, like 3 or 4 laps, and then, culminating into the last lap overtake or last corner overtakes. So we've certainly seen our fair share of those, but it would be cool to have all of the coaches someday, just kind of come in and take a look.
That would be fun.
Do an analysis.
That would be super fun.
That would be good. I would be up for that.
I'd be down. Just say you can't do it. You be in the race. I'm just gonna rag on you the whole time.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so
Yeah,
in other words, Davin wants to do it to make fun of me. Okay.
Yeah, there's
I was just gonna say, Davin just wants to watch us all screw up so he can yell at us. Like that's why he's thinking this is gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
And just to give a shout out, and so we can end this, so we're all not staying up for another couple of hours just chatting about nothing. But sim racing 604, the beatings will continue until morale and racing improves.
He's right. This is true. I'm gonna make sure.
I think I'm gonna go join Sim Racing 602. Maybe that one will have less beatings.
Nah.
I'm disappointed.
Gonna join Racing Sim 406.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I think that's where Beffrey J came from.
All right. Well, can he take me back
Probably.
there?
Brian O'Peters over there.
Yeah, I mean, he might be. I don't know if we're still live, but if anyone is in 604 and is looking to do an endurance race, we have a GT4 endurance race. You should all come sign up, every single one of you, including everyone in the lobby currently. Come race with us at Misano on December 18th in a GT4 car. Come
Dude,
do that.
you were muted. My bad.
Yeah, what's new? I'm muted for. You should just keep me muted. It's probably a better idea.
That'd be funny. All right, guys, I'm out. This was super fun, though.
Yep.
Yes, it was. Thanks for joining us, Devin, and thank you all for watching and sticking it through. I've been Giancarlo Lenzi. That was Paul Muir, the gamer Scott, and
That's me.
Gerson the Mordecai, the man of the hour, the man of the show. Take us out, my sir, my bro.
I got nothing else to say, guys. So feel free to join us back next week for Imola, the track of choice for the Sim Racing 604 League community. And other than that, thank you to all our stewards, to all the staff, and we'll see you guys next week. Good night.
And thank you to Davin.
Oh yeah, thank you to Davin, our guest tonight, and hopefully our new permanent commentator.
I'd peek my head on that. I'd be in on for that.